What I'm about to say may get me into some trouble, but I'm saying it anyway. Every major wealth shift creates a short window where people can either get positioned early or spend the next decade trying to catch up. AI is one of those windows, and Black people cannot afford to sit this one out. Black people have had to learn every system after it was already built without us: banking, venture capital, real estate, tech, social media. And now AI is built in real time. This time, we do not have to wait until the doors are locked to figure out how to get in and kick it down. I'm not talking about being a coder. I'm not talking about building a robot. I'm talking about leverage, ownership, and not letting another trillion dollar shift happen while we're standing outside asking what happened. So, AI, as you know by now, is not just a tool, it is a new economic layer. AI is going to touch how people get hired, how businesses are built, how content is made, how customer service works, education, how deals get done, and how money moves. This is how opportunities are distributed. It's going to be figured out in the next few months. It's already started. If we don't learn it, we won't just be behind on technology, we'll be behind on a new language, how a new language works. So, I'm not here to scare you. I'm not here to scare you. AI is not coming to replace you, but someone using AI just might. They'll definitely get an edge on you. So a person without AI may be competing with one brain, one schedule, one skill set. That's what we have as humans. A person with AI has a research assistant, a copywriter, a strategist, a designer, a tutor, a pitch coach, a sales assistant, and more. That does not mean that AI is smarter than you are or that I am. It means that AI can help us move faster than the person who refuses to touch it. So we were late, Black people, to too many rooms. And yes, I'm talking to Black people, by the way. If you are not a Black person, you are more than welcome to stay and observe, but you are not being centered right now. I'm centering Black people in this conversation. So we have the internet created millionaires over and over and over again. Social media created millionaires. YouTube created millionaires. Venture capital, where I worked the last 12 years, created billion-dollar companies. And too often, Black people were told about these things after the easy money, the cheap land, the early usernames, the early audiences, the early equity. This is why I'm described as breaking down the door of Silicon Valley or breaking down the door of the boys club, because the door was already built before I got there. I'm not saying everyone who learns AI will become rich. I'm saying that people who refuse to learn AI are making sure that they're not even in this game. I want you to leave a comment right now if you're hearing me. If you're still with me right now, say, I deserve to be in the room. Type, I deserve to be in the room if you're still with me. Now, you do not need permission to start. A barber can use AI to create text reminders, social posts, service menus, and a booking page. A hairstylist can use AI to create a product line idea, get client follow-up systems in order, and build a content calendar. A teacher can use AI to create worksheets, tutoring tools, lesson plans. A church admin can use AI to organize events, write newsletters, build a simple website. A nurse, a creator, a founder, an investor, a doctor, you can use AI. This is not about you becoming Silicon Valley made. This is not about talking about what you, this is not about becoming Silicon Valley. It's about talking about what you already know and multiplying it, multiplying it. So, what's the biggest opportunity for AI? Well, the biggest opportunity right now is that AI makes it possible for people to start with less money and build incredible income and do it faster. Okay. So you don't have to wait around. Like I said, you don't need permission. You don't have to wait for somebody to invest in you. You don't have to wait for someone to say, oh, I'll give you a loan. You can start today with a chat GPT account, a Lovable account costs $25 a month, and a few prompts, a few things that I'm going to tell you right now. So for a long time, if you wanted to build something online, you needed money for designers, developers, copywriters, consultants, etc. Build the websites. But now you can use AI to create the first version, and the first version can get you paid. So to give you an example, actually, I'm going to show you this. To give you an example, I just did a hackathon. Okay. And a hackathon basically is where you get with other people and you build stuff with technology. And someone just made $5,000 from that hackathon. She made $5,000 in one day after a hackathon. Look at what LaShonda Ramsey just said. She said, you can do it too. That's the first thing she says. That's her post title. You can do it too. I made $5,000 today using what Arlan Hamilton taught us in the Lovable Hackathon. The Lovable Hackathon cost $99 and Lovable for 30 days cost $25. She just made $5,000. She created a sales page using Lovable, presented it to someone she already knew because I teach you about warm outreach. And they were excited and they brainstormed to this bigger project. You can make YouTube scripts, customer surveys, etc. Now, AI does not have taste. Now, some people may argue that it does, but I don't think it does. AI does not have taste. It does not know. It just certainly does not have the lived experience that you have. So you have taste, discernment, and lived experience that you can combine with AI's speed and leverage. Whoo! I tell you what. Now, I know some people don't trust AI, and I honestly get that. Black people have every reason to be skeptical when a new system shows up and everybody says, don't worry, this is going to be good for everyone. Because of bias, we worry about job loss, we worry about surveillance, and we certainly worry about exclusion. There's also things that we need to worry about as Black people when it comes to data centers being plopped right into Black neighborhoods and causing air pollution, noise pollution, water pollution potentially. It's real. Now, I learned recently that the water, not the pollution, but the water being used is almost a tenth of what is used to make almonds in California. So it's not as bad as we thought, but it's still something that we have to deal with. But I want to tell you something. This is happening with or without us. This is happening with or without us. And I can't sit idly by and watch everybody else take advantage of this while once more we're sitting on the sidelines. Our ideas are already vulnerable. Black culture has powered fashion, music, language, vernacular, sports, entertainment, trends, beauty, food. I could keep going. But here's the thing, AI is trained on everybody or anybody who participates. So if we help shape the world and we're not participating, AI is going to be very, very devoid. It's going to be missing us. So if our language and our creativity and our taste and our humor and our brilliance are not there to influence AI, then they will be without it. So I want to do you something very practical. I want to tell you exactly what you can do, 5 steps, so that you don't stay out. Now, if you're new to my channel, uh, I don't usually read from notes. I usually just riff for 30, 40 minutes at a time, maybe even longer. But I wanted to make sure that I got every single point here because I was going to do a different video today. 100% was going to do a different video. But I've been on social, I've been on Instagram this morning, and I'm looking at things that are just making me so angry and upset and frustrated. And I said, well, what can I do? What did I do last time I was angry, upset, and frustrated in this way? Well, I went from being homeless to starting a $30 million venture fund. That's what I did. And I invested in 200 companies led by underrepresented founders. That's what I did the last time. So this time, if I'm angry, upset, and frustrated, I'm not just going to say it. I got to do something about it. I'm not going to just feel it and ruminate. I'm going to do something about it. So this is what part of what I'm doing. Another part of what I'm doing, I'm going to tell you these 5 steps in just one moment. Another part of what I'm doing is I have just announced Summer School with a K, SKOOL, on a platform called School. We have 30,000 members inside of Your First 5K, which is my membership. And I'm doing free summer school for 90 days. All you have to do is go to the link below and join. It's free. I was going to charge $497, and I'll make a new video about this too. That's what I was going to make my video about. I was going to charge $497 and make 6 figures. But I decided at the very last minute, before I pressed publish on my first announcement, I decided to make it free because I want not just 100 or 200 people to learn this in the next 90 days. I want thousands of people to learn how to change your life and build your income step by step. So make sure you go to the description below or the pinned comment and you join Your First 5K. And then you go into the classroom and you join summer school. Okay? Everybody's invited. Now, 5 steps. Step 1, learn how to ask better questions. AI is only as useful as the instructions you give it. Step 2, use AI for something you already do so you can see the power of it. For instance, it can help you write emails, captions for your posts. It can research for you. Man, I'm telling you, ChatGPT, deep research, and the research, if you connect it to your Gmail, is out of this world now. It used to be great, but now it's just to the moon. You can help it can help you brainstorm business ideas, lesson plans, proposals. I've seen people use it to help them with their grant writing to get grants. If you're working on a resume or your LinkedIn page, it can help you and it can build other things for you. Step 3, build one small thing. This is what we're doing inside of the Lovable Hackathon. Now, the hackathon costs $99. You can still get the replays and my prompts, 4 prompts that help people make money. Because not just the 5,000 I just showed, people are making 300, 500, 1,000. So they build one small thing, and that is what's the next step. So you can make a landing page. And if you don't even have to pay me, go to Lovable, go to lovable.dev, D-E-V, go to lovable.dev. You get 5 or 10 free credits. You can start to see how it works. Put in a sentence of what you want to make and give it 5 minutes to build it, and you'll see something appear. You don't have to pay me a dime. Step 4, sell or share the result. Do not just play with AI. It is not just a toy. Use it to create value for yourself and for someone else, and people will pay you for it. And step 5, I want you to keep receipts. Document what you build, what changed, what worked, what saved time, and what made you money so that you can rinse and repeat and dial in on the things that are giving you the most money and the most value. So You don't have to start to try to understand AI and all the intricacies of how it works. You just need to start using it. Let me know in the comments if you have been avoiding using AI for any reason. And let me know in the comments if you don't avoid it. If you've been using it every day, but people around you seem to be using it less. You are an early adopter. You need to continue that. Okay, so listen, right now, the barrier to entry is low. It is easy for us to go to ChatGPT, to Claude, to my own AI, authorityxpro.com. You get 24 hours for free when you do that. It's easy to go to lovable.dev or to look at a YouTube video and learn how to use a certain platform. Just type in that platform, how to, and it'll teach you. You can open a tool, ask it questions, build something, test, learn, and improve faster than ever. Like every model there is almost of AI is better than it was 3 months ago and light years away from what it was just 6 months ago, let alone 2 years. But eventually, the people who started early here will have systems and portfolios and audiences and clients and assets built. And everyone else will be saying, I wish I had started back then. Back then is today. Are you hearing me? Please let me in the comments if you're hearing me. Back then is today. So if you start building today, you will be ahead of the crowd and you will be able to build all of these assets, therefore building leverage, and you will not be left behind. And you could potentially, no guarantees ever, but you could potentially make more money than you've ever imagined possible. I do not want Black people only using AI to make entertainment content while other people use it to build wealth. I don't want us only reacting to the future. I want us building the future. I don't want us to be locked out of yet another wealth building machine. We deserve this. We deserve this. I'm going to let you go so that you can go build, but let me leave you with something, okay? In 2012, 2013, I decided I was going to start a tech company because I saw all these people building tech companies. And I also had always been an entrepreneur since I was in the third grade, selling candy to my classmates. And I decided I'm going to build a tech company. I'm going to learn everything I can about tech. And I'm also going to learn everything I can about investors because that's where you get the money. So I read every book I could get my hands on. And when I couldn't afford books to buy them, I would go and sit in Barnes and Noble and I would sit on their little chairs they had and I would read it from there and I'd read magazines and I would download the podcasts that were available then, which were not a lot about this topic, but I would download the podcasts and listen to them. I would do everything I possibly could. And I knew then that Black and brown people and women and LGBTQ plus people were doing so much with so little. And I learned right around that time that less than 10% of venture capital goes to this, all the groups I just listed, including all women in the United States. So in the US, less than 10% of venture funding goes to this, all women, Black and brown people, and LGBTQ plus people. And so it was that understanding that made me change from let me try to raise money for my company to let me try to raise money for a venture capital fund that invests in other people. I was broke. I barely had a place to stay. And eventually I ended up homeless. And I went on to raise $30 million and invest in more than 200 companies led by underrepresented, underestimated founders. And what I saw then is what I see today. I don't often talk about it from this angle. I'm more so very interested in just teaching, 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 so we can do this. And the receipts are there. Uh, I can show you the receipts. I will. They're there. So, but I'm not as interested usually as taking this angle constantly, but I'm not afraid of it either. If you're saying to yourself, well, why is it about Black people? Well, first of all, you watched to this point to ask yourself that. Good, good. We are never centered unless it's something that's negative, usually, or something that's about entertainment or sports, usually. It's our time. Second of all, I don't just want us to win, I need us to win. The same thing that made me start this incredibly audacious goal more than a decade ago to raise a venture capital fund when I had no bank account personally is the same feeling I have today when I say to you, we have to win. We have to build for ourselves. We cannot be left out of this because we don't want to learn it, because we're scared of it, because it is hurting us more so than anybody else. It really is. You talked about data centers and all that. It's hurting us more. Job loss is hurting Black women at an incredible rate. So we can't sit idly by and let it happen to us. We have to build, we have to learn, we have to collaborate. Dr. Pamela Jolly, who is an expert in Black wealth creation, she told me years ago on a podcast that changed my life. She said, Black people, I'm going to say it one more time. She said, white people. She said, white people own things and collaborate. She said, rich white people own things and collaborate. So we need to own things and we need to work together. We can collaborate with anyone we choose. And it would be very foolish to think that you are going to be able to build generational wealth and never work with people outside of the Black world. Like, that's silly. We have to and we get to deal with other people, right? That's part of the joy of life, is the diversity of life, and true diversity. Diversity is not 5 Black people, okay? When it comes to that type of diversity. So it would be foolish of us to pretend that we could just stay siloed over here. But what we have to do is we have to work together. We have to build staircases and bridges and elevators and rocket ships. And I'm doing my part as best I can. I'm going to do more than I can. Okay? You heard me? Did you hear me just now? I'm going to do more than I can. Do more than you can. Let me show you some receipts before you go. If I go to Your First 5K, which I encourage you to join right now for free, and I click on personal wins category, we saw LaShonda's 5K. She made 5K just in the last couple days. Gail Allen made $43,000. $43,000. She says the works and what Arlan Hamilton is teaching will change your life. She's giving us receipts. And then Nicole talks about she loves doing this work because not only does she get to make money, but look at this story. She said she was doing the hackathon. She decided to make a landing page from what I taught her on Lovable. And she sent it to her stylist of 10 years, okay? And her stylist said that she started crying when she saw it because she had built something so beautiful for her that she had been trying to do for years. This is impact. Don't you want to have impact, Black people? I know you do. I know you do. MK has been selling $300, $500 websites and landing pages since he started my hackathon. And also there's a free video, a free tutorial that I have on arlanshackathon.com that is free. 40 minutes teaches you how to do all this. This is where Mike MK got his. Look at Roderick. Closed my first $1,000 deal. Niza, this we always do this. I always don't know how to say her name. I'm gonna say Niza. I probably messed it up. She said I was scrolling Facebook 17 hours ago and ran across a new ad for school featuring her school group. So cool. So we teach you how to, I teach you how to do a school group. I teach you how to build a community just like mine. Mine has 30,000 people in it. Well, we're going to hit 30,000 in just a few hours. So come on in to be the 30th thousand. Feeling like, oh my God, and electrified. I got the receipts on Arlan, the quickest 300 from Arlan's video, more sales, more money. My mind is blown. You'll never believe this. I got my first website order 3 days ago. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I can't keep up with how many people are making money. I'm not guaranteeing you that you will make money, but I'm telling you, you will have a foundation, you will have information, and you will have collaboration in there. You also get to buddy with an accountability partner. So I have a new AI tool because I practice what I preach that lets you partner. You write down a few things about you, and then you push a button and you get partnered, or you get a list of people who could be a great accountability match for you. And it's very nuanced too. So it's a really good match. And people are matching left and right. I'll show you what I mean. So I just built this, and I said 2 days ago, 5 days later, and 519 accountability matches have been made. And so I talk about what happened, and then different people are just signing up. I was matched with someone I was already looking at. I've connected with 2 matches, and it's been really, really wonderful so far. This idea is so awesome. These are very interesting numbers because I show you all my numbers behind the scenes. I've got 2 accountability partners now to support me in focusing on my goals. Isn't this great? Is that awesome? That's all in here for free. Come on in. Summer school, all summer. Let's go.